Hi, 8th graders. Today I'm going to show you how to turn your memoir into a Google site. I was hoping to use something called Adobe Spark for this, but the company changed the options and so it's not going to work this year. So instead we're going to make Google Sites. You want to spend some time working on this because you're going to be sharing these Google Sites with your classmates, the rest of your Weber teachers, and with your parents and other parents as well. So you want to make these look pretty good. When you click on the link to Google Sites that I posted on Google Classroom, it's going to ask you to sign in with your PSD credentials. Once you've done that, you should see a page that looks like this. I want you to click on the Start a New Site blank option. First thing, when this pops up, go into the top left-hand corner and put your name. And then once I click out of that, you see that that name also shows up in the top left-hand corner of the banner at the top of the page. Then type your title right here. And then I want to add an image behind the title. Just makes the banner look a little bit better. So I come down here to the bottom left where it says image. And I'm going to choose select. And I'm going to search for an image that has to do with baseball. I like this one. I like how that looks. One option you have is to come over here to the top right where it says themes. And you could change your theme if you want to. I like the theme that I have, simple, and I'm happy with the color, the way that it looks, but you can choose a different theme and change the color if you'd like to. I'm going to go back to the tab that says Insert so that I can start to actually make my page. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to insert a text box. Now that there's a text box, I'm going to come over and I'm going to grab the very first, I say 3 paragraphs of my memoir. So I'm just selecting it, pressing Control C to copy, and I'm going to paste it right there. Now that I have my banner and the beginning of my memoir, I'd like to add some more images so that it starts to look a little bit better. But I want to point one thing out. You're going to have to do this pretty much every time that you add text. It's kind of annoying. See how at the bottom of my text there's these blank white spaces? I want to get rid of those. So I'm just going to put the cursor at the bottom and press backspace so it gets rid of them. If you don't do that, your page will just have a lot of blank white space. Now that I've put the beginning of my memoir there, I'd like to add another section, but I want some more images so that it doesn't just look like gray text. I like to use these things called content blocks right over here. So I'm going to choose this one. Now I can upload an image right there. In this case, I'm going to do upload instead of select image because upload will let me choose a personal image that I've already put on my computer. So I'm going to click upload. I like this picture of when I was little. You'll notice that it cut off a bunch of the picture, but I'll show you how to fix that. So I have the image on the left here. I'd like to add some text on the right. So I'm going to go back to my memoir, and I'm going to select about that much, and I'll see how that works out. Okay. So you notice, like I was saying, it cut this image off, and I actually like this picture. I want to show the full thing. So I'm going to click on the picture itself, and I'm going to drag it down just like that so that you can see the whole picture. Now, one thing that I don't like is that the text ends before the picture ends, and I don't like the way that works, so I want to add some more text. So I'm going to I think I'm just going to take one more paragraph. I think that should be enough to have it line up well. And copy and paste it into right there, and that actually works out really nicely the way that that lines up. Again, I have to take away those annoying white spaces. Now here's one trick that I do like to do. So if I go over here and I click on the picture, I can click on these 3 dots that show up. I want to add a caption. I just think that adding captions makes it look even more professional. So I'm going to add this from when I was, actually I'm going to change and say almost from when I was born, I loved playing sports. Okay, now that I've done some work on this, I want to preview it to see how it looks. So I go up to the top here and I click on this little thing that looks like a computer and a phone. And it'll let me preview. I like how the way that the top work looks. You notice that there is some white space right here, but just because of the way that Google Sites works, I can't get rid of all of that. But I think it looks pretty good for the most part. So I'm going to keep going. I'm going to close the preview. All right, now I think that I'm ready for some more text. So I'm going to add a new text box. And I'm going to grab maybe another half page or so of my memoir. We'll say about that much. Control C. I'm going to paste it right into there. I have to get rid of the white spaces.
Good afternoon, staff. We're going to meet in the LMC and start at 1 o'clock. See you then.
All right. Sorry for that interruption. Mr. Davis was just announcing that we are going to have a staff meeting. So let's get back to our pages here. I have had enough text there, so I'd actually like to add some pictures. I clicked on the content block over here, and this one is just going to be 3 pictures. And I like that option because I have a couple of personal photos that I want to include. So I'm going to upload. I like this one. And I like this one. I don't have another personal photo to add, so I'm just going to do one more Google image. Remember, when you want to choose an actual Google image, click Select Image rather than Upload. And then it'll let you search Google Images. I like this picture. So I'm going to insert it right there. Nice. Now I have some text and then some pictures. I like the way that works. I'm going to add another text box so that I can drop in. I think I'll just do the rest of my memoir. Paste it right there. Get rid of those white spaces. Now I want to preview it. Okay, I like how all that looks. It's looking pretty good. I like how all the pictures turned out. And then it has the ending. Now, I don't love that there's nothing at the very bottom, so I'm going to show you how to fix that. I'm going to close the preview, and I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and move this up to the top so it's out of the way. And you'll see that there's this option that says Add Footer. I'm going to add a footer right at the very bottom. Oops, that did not do what I wanted it to. Okay, I've added a footer, and let's preview it again so I can see how that changed it. There. I really like having the footer at the bottom. Okay, I'm going to close my preview again. Now it's time to publish. So I go to this blue button that says publish. And I can choose what I want the address to be. So I'm just going to call it Mr. Lauer's Memoir. Oh, I've done this previously, so it won't let me choose that. So I'll just say Mr. Lauer's Memoir 2. This is an important step right here. You have to click on the button that says Manage, because right now it's restricted so that only people in Poudre School District can see it. I want to make it so that your parents can see it also. So you need to click on the part that says Public. Now it's set to be viewed by your parents as well. Okay, now I'm finally ready to publish. And once I have published it, this little link option will show up. I'm going to click on the link icon. I'm going to copy the link, and then I'm going to take that link and I'm going to turn it into the form on Google Classroom. So my name is Lauer, Jake. I'm going to say that I'm in 3-4 black. I'm going to paste my link there. And now I'm finished. All right, 8th graders, please start working on turning your memoirs into a Google site.